Amongst the many industries that have been hit hard by the national lockdown, the local television industry is one that's had to implement drastic changes into its operation model. To help put things into perspective on TV amidst and post-Covid-19 is TV and entertainment commentator Phil Mphela. Phil, welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Phil, what are some of the biggest knocks that the TV production has had to endure due to Covid-19?
I think the biggest one would have to be loss of income because, we are in an industry where if you don't work, you don't get paid. With productions getting halted right now, the actors and the crews that work in some of these productions are not getting paid because they're not at work. And the other thing would be having internships halted, because internships serve an industry in a big way because it's an opportunity for young people that are trying to come into the industry to gain experience so that they can gain work, but it also helps the production to have extra hands on sets that can help. So having that now having to be halted because you have to have a limited number of people on set, that has been a very, very, very big blow for the industry.
A devastating blow indeed. So what are some of the changes that we can expect to see in ways in which the television industry operates?
The biggest change obviously will probably, if this continues for a prolonged period of time, we're going to have a situation where we're going to have less content on television in terms of we're not going to have new productions coming up, as well as with the soapies, for instance. Some of them will get into a situation where they don't have enough episodes to put on air. So you might see a situation where a daily soapy story or telenovela will now have to reduce the number of days that it's on air. So you have like a 2-day thing instead of like an everyday airing thing.
Now, how will existing talent and production personnel have to adapt to the new way of doing things on set?
That is a tough one because in terms of the personnel from the talent side, their employment depends on the production and what the production decides, So an actor right now, I can't really say that they have to do this because if there aren't any productions being produced, there's nothing that they can do. You can talk to your agent, but your agent can't, manifest work out of thin air. But in terms of the crew, that's also another element because a lot of crew members in South Africa, because they are freelancers, work on different productions. Now they are forced in a situation where they can only work on one production.
And Phil, talking about difficult topics, we always talk about opening up the industry and introducing new, fresh faces into the TV industry. So then how does this then affect new talents coming in?
That is one of the biggest blows because what will happen now is because the productions have to limit the number of people that they have on set. So you'll have a situation where people will be held on contracts longer instead of just bringing in new people because that's an easiest way of doing it because productions can't hold auditions right now because how are you going to hold auditions in a situation like this? Because you can't have like group of people in spaces and you can't actually have people that you're not familiar with coming into the spaces that you work in, because you don't know if they've been tested or anything like that.
Hi. Kushubile, in Zulu would say kushube impela. So Phil, looking forward in terms of the future, what trajectory are we heading in terms of distribution of content?
Distribution of content obviously has to change. I mean, look at the film industry, for instance. The cinemas, even if they open, not a lot of people are going to go see films. So now using digital spaces like your streaming services and all of that will come into play in that regard. In terms of television, same thing. What you and I are doing right now will become commonplace, will become something that shows have to do because we can't have guests in studio. So it's just a matter of having to adapt. But you know what? What I like is that this happened now rather than 10 years ago where we have the technology to be able to mitigate these issues.
Absolutely. We have to find the silver lining in it all. And on a very personal level, how has COVID-19 pandemic affected your work as a commentator and reporter within the industry?
Like you said, Kushubi. I'm laughing because, in my language, so I'm laughing, but it's very, very hard. There's been no work to speak of because what I do, I have to be out there. I have to be out there. I have to be attending events. I have to be interviewing people. I have to be talking about movies that are now not going to cinemas. So if you don't have movies in cinemas, I can't really comment on films because these films are not being released. In terms of television, it's the same thing. I mean, I host a television show that's now it's on hold. So I'm not shooting, not any income from that. But you know what? There's other work that's coming in. The influencer side is kind of like helping. But like everybody else, I'm not complaining because we are all in this together. A lot of people are in dire situations than I am. At least I'm still able to kind of like, have a livelihood of some sort. But yeah, but it's been rough. One has had to adjust living standards, But hey, we'll survive, eh?
We're going to have to keep pushing on. And talking about surviving, talking about thriving and pushing on, any last words of encouragement, motivation, advice to all those that want to stay in the film industry in South Africa? Is there a glimmer of hope, Phil?
Of course. You know what? One thing about tragedy and disasters and all of that is that they force us to be innovative. So in terms of content creators, for instance, okay, you've got the digital space right now. Don't just sit at home and say, hey, there are no opportunities for me to be on television. There are no opportunities for me to do anything else. Digital space right now is where you should be putting your content. Don't just sit at home and have your fans or people forget about you. Use the digital space to kind of like, let people know what you're doing. And even if you are new and you are trying to get into the industry, let people see your work. Use these spaces, use your Instagram, use YouTube, use the digital space. And hopefully that, by the time we're out of this pandemic, would have created sort of like a trail of work for you. And by the time we get back to normalcy, you'll be able to just, get more work.
Yep, jumping straight back where we left off. Thank you so much, Phil, for reminding us that 2020 is not done when it comes to all things South African television industry and entertainment space, and being the voice that we so desperately need to hear right now.
It's a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Shaputwam, cheers. Now, there's no better authority on all things television scoop when it comes to the South African television landscape than Phil Mphela. Be sure to stay in the loop by staying glued to his Twitter feed.